All right, so let me give you some hope today, right? We've been kind of heavy the last couple of days with light and darkness and what's been going on over the last several months of my life in terms of restoration. But let me give you some hope. There was another verse early on that really was intriguing to me. This brought me hope in some very dark times. And so I just want to offer it to you. This is what John writes later on in his ministry. He writes the epistles, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. And he says, if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his son, purifies us from all sin. And the phrase that I loved in 1 John 1:7 is this: if we walk in the light as he is in the light. So it's not just the initial exposure of the darkness inside of me. It's not like Jesus, but it's this progression. It's this relationship. It's this walk. It's this constant daily enjoyment factor that I have with Jesus as I continue to open up my life and give my hand to him and say, I'm just in relationship with you. I just want to walk in the light. Now, none of us do this perfectly every single day, obviously. And sometimes we don't even do it perfectly for 10 minutes. But as we begin to discipline our hearts and our minds and begin to, make this a way of life, like following Jesus, friends, is a way of life. That's something that I'm growing. There's increasing passion around this. This is a new way, a design for life, a Christian, a God, heaven down design for your life. And it begins in relationship. And I think John catches it really well. He says, but if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with who? With one another. So we're all co-travelers. If we're all on the same path together, that's where community takes on a whole new beautiful thing, because it's the church family is like no other entity that you're a part of, because it's not around your interests or your preferences or around your political views or around, your economic wealth or poverty or anything like that, or your color or any of it. It's all around Jesus. It's all around like, man, I am walking in the light. Like, are you walking in the light? How are you doing today? What's going on? And there's a depth and a beauty and a mercy and a love and accountability and there's a brotherhood and a sisterhood, brothers and sisters. And you know what? Then the blood of Jesus, he just continually purifies us from sin, from the sin cycles, and we're in community with one another. It's kind of beautiful. I love it, and I love you. And so 1 John 1:7 is a beautiful promise, and I hope it inspires and encourages you today. So what could you do today? Call somebody in your small group, call somebody in your church family, or share this with somebody. Share this with somebody who perhaps just needs a little love. Maybe needs a little nudge to say, hey, come walk in the light. Let's do the light together and see how God could use that. So anyways, I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Dose.